Bubut, are you there? to the guests for taking their time to attend this event today. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, Assalamualaikum, and a very good afternoon. Welcome to the signing ceremony between Cybersecurity Malaysia, Eclecticiq, and Syntx. I'd like to introduce to you our respective guests for today. From Cybersecurity Malaysia, Yang Berbahagia Datuk Teknologis Dr. Haji Amiruddin bin Abdul Wahab, Chief Executive Officer for Cybersecurity Malaysia. Technologist Dr. Aswami Fadilah bin Muhammad Arifin, Senior Vice President, Cybersecurity Responsive Services Division, Cybersecurity Malaysia. From Eclecticiq, Mr. Yup Gomers, Chief Executive Officer and Co-founder of Eclecticiq. Ms. Karen Sonderman, Vice President of Government at Eclecticiq. Mr. Muhammad Fazrul Azhar Matfatin, Chief Executive Officer and Founder of Syntx. Mr. Jonathan Tay Ching Yuan, Principal Consultant at Syntx. And finally, Mrs. Eva Oskam, Deputy Ambassador of the Netherlands Embassy in Malaysia. Excellencies, distinguished guests, delegates, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh, and a very good afternoon to all ladies and gentlemen in the call. In this captivating call today, we shall witness the signing ceremony of Cybersecurity Malaysia, Eclecticiq, and Syntx in the development capabilities and capacity in information security. Let's start off with an introduction for Cybersecurity Malaysia. Government of Malaysia is specifically tasked to advise and support the development of information security in Malaysia. Eclecticiq. Eclecticiq is a leading European cybersecurity vendor, a global provider of threat intelligence, hunting and response technology and services to enable you to stay ahead of rapidly evolving threats and outmaneuver your adversaries. Eclecticiq embeds intelligence at the core of your cyber defenses, the most targeted organizations in the world, including governments and large enterprises using their platform to operationalize threat intelligence at scale. And finally, Syntx. Syntx Sendirian Berhad is a trusted cybersecurity company based in Cyberjaya, Malaysia, that brings the best of global and local expertise to help government and corporation make better decisions in managing cybersecurity at risk within the evolving threat landscape. Underpinned by its cyber threats intelligence knowledge base, Syntx deliver unique cybersecurity capabilities, including specialized consulting services, technical cybersecurity attestations, and solution integration capabilities. Its mission is to continuously protect, defend, and educate the government, commercial organization, and general public towards empowering cybersecurity resiliency. Let's watch a special video showreel prepared for this event today.
Seperti negara moden yang lain, negara kita Malaysia juga amat bergantung kepada penggunaan teknologi maklumat dan komunikasi (ICT) untuk menjalankan aktiviti sosial, politik dan ekonomi. Hal ini telah menyebabkan negara kita terdedah kepada pelbagai ancaman cyber yang semakin meningkat. Ancaman ini juga boleh memberi kesan yang mendalam kepada kehidupan seharian kita. Menyedari akan keperluan untuk menangani isu-isu berkaitan keselamatan cyber yang semakin berleluasa, maka kerajaan telah menubuhkan Cybersecurity Malaysia yang berperanan sebagai sebuah pusat pakar teknikal keselamatan cyber di bawah kawal selia Kementerian Komunikasi dan Multimedia Malaysia, KKMM. Tahap kebergantungan terhadap penggunaan ICT dalam kehidupan harian kita makin hari makin meningkat. Oleh itu, usaha untuk mewujudkan persekitaran cyber yang selamat lagi kondusif adalah sangat penting. Keselamatan cyber anda adalah kepentingan kami. Dengan kerjasama yang bersepadu, kita mampu menjadikan ekosistem keselamatan cyber di negara kita menjadi sebuah ruang yang selamat dan terlindung daripada sebarang bentuk ancaman dan serangan cyber untuk seluruh rakyat Malaysia. Cybersecurity Malaysia melindungi ruang cyber anda.
Before we move on, let me give a brief on what this MOU signing is all about. The purpose of this MOU is to set out the basis for business cooperation between three agencies. They will collaborate on a range of activities aimed at strengthening the cybersecurity posture of Malaysia and the greater Southeast Asia region to combat growing threats. A key goal is to expand the use of cyber threat intelligence, an aspect of cybersecurity that focuses on collecting and analyzing information about the current and potential attacks. Without further ado, I would like to welcome Mr. Joep Gomers, CEO and founder of Eclecticiq, to give his opening remarks.
Thank you and good afternoon, everybody. Very excited to join here in this moment with Cybersecurity Malaysia and Syntx to jointly pursue cyber resilience, not just of Malaysia, but I think of the world together. And join me, everybody, here in this moment of celebration of our collaboration and anchoring of the commitment of the company and its partners. Let me start maybe by giving a short piece of motivation of why the company is entering into this Memorandum of Understanding and provide some background as to why that's important. In terms of motivation, I think we recognize the innovative approach by both Cybersecurity Malaysia and Syntx and relate to the pursuit of knowledge sharing and knowledge building among its partners and its constituents. Eclecticiq works with governments around the world and helping them to understand cyber threats, manage information about cyber threats, collaborate on information about cyber threats. And in that, we've learned a lot, and that knowledge we happily share in our pursuit of a better ecosystem and our pursuit of a safer world. In terms of our motivation and background as to why we enter into this, of course, this Memorandum of Understanding, our commitment of sharing knowledge is only a first step in a much longer partnership of increasing cyber resilience in the region. Our joint pursuit of cyber resilience requires us, though, to think about how to address the rapidly changing threat landscape, how to address the growing attack surfaces of our constituents, to deal with the increasing geopolitical tension that we see around us. It requires us to, in a way, stay ahead of cyber threats. And we do that by taking a more proactive stance, as we do in this partnership, on understanding cyber threats before they hit us. Staying ahead means that we take intelligence and use it in our cybersecurity practices operationally, not just by understanding what the threat is and collaborating on it with your partners, but also by operationalizing that understanding to improve detection of the constituents we're trying to protect and improving the way they can effectively respond to those cyber threats if they were to materialize. If you zoom out, I think the best remedy in general to strengthen the ecosystem in Malaysia, of the region and of the world, and to create, I guess, a more harmonious world together is collaboration at its core. global collaboration directly contributes to a safer world and a more, let's say, happy world to live in. So in this moment, we're excited to join, we're excited to enter into this memorandum of understanding as we jointly pursue improved cyber resilience for Malaysia and the safer world around us. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Yup Gomers. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Muhammad Fazril Azhar Mat Fatin, CEO and founder of Syntx, to give his opening remarks.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Salam sejahtera. Salam keluarga Malaysia. Thank you Ms. Zeti, our notable MC for today. Yang berbahagia Datuk TS Dr. Haji Amiruddin bin Abdul Wahab, Chief Executive Officer of Cybersecurity Malaysia. Yang berbahagia TS Dr. Aswami Fadilah, Senior Vice President, Cybersecurity Responsive Division, Cybersecurity Malaysia. Mr. Yup Gomers, CEO of Eclecticiq. Karen Sanderman, Head of Government, Eclecticiq. Mrs. Eva Oskam, Deputy Ambassador from the Netherlands Embassy in Malaysia. My colleague, Mr. Jonathan Tay, Principal Consultant of Syntx And Cybersecurity. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm very proud, very happy to be here today to mark a significant milestone in the collaboration effort with our trusted partners, Cybersecurity Malaysia and Eclecticiq. Today's event is a testament of our continued drive as well as motivation in promoting the awareness and higher adoption of cyber threat intelligence to empower early detection and remediation of cyber threats. Cyber attacks is evolving. Threats such as ransomware, phishing, online fraud, and data theft present a persistent problem to Malaysia and other neighboring countries in the Asian region today. Malaysians suffered losses amounting to RM 2.23 billion from cybercrime fraud since 2017. According to the statistics from the Royal Malaysian Police, a total of 67,552 cybercrime cases were reported between 2017 until 20th June last year. Ladies and gentlemen, the pandemic has inadvertently accelerated digital transformation, but also opened the floodgate for cyber criminals to attack the computer networks and system of governments, organizations, businesses, as well as individuals. A major concern is whereby threat actors continuously deploy advanced techniques to target vulnerable systems. Malaysia is ranked among the top 10 countries in the Global Security Index 2020 report conducted by the ITU, International Telecommunication Union. However, as cyber attacks evolve, more initiatives and improvements are needed to continuously support our digital aspiration as well as to maintain the resiliency of our critical infrastructure from physical and virtual threats. The World Economic Forum, WEF, warns that cybersecurity threats rank among the top risks facing the world today. As governments struggle with climate change, growing social inequality, and recovery from the pandemic. Last year, several high-profile data breaches and online extortion had shocked the world, one of which was the Colonial Pipeline incident in the United States that has threatened the country's security, economy, and its productivity. In one of Syntx's recent threat intelligence report, we have highlighted a potential misuse by cybercriminals in harboring viruses, trojans, and other forms of malwares in one of a local public hosting provider's infrastructure. This is a reminder that attackers are nowadays leveraging more and more public or open platforms across boundaries to perpetrate their intention. Ladies and gentlemen, cyber attacks getting more sophisticated. The adversaries are devising new tools, techniques, tactics, as well as processes in an organized manner to evade our contemporary security controls and defense mechanism. Our security mechanism that works before may no longer be effective today. We need to evolve. There is critical need to do things differently. A more innovative and proactive cyber defense approach is needed to combat novel tactics used by cyber criminals. Having timely and accurate insight about recent cyber incidents, attackers' motivation, their tactics, and modus operandi can provide the critical intelligence we needed to disrupt and to lower the likelihood of cyber attack. I would like to say thank you and congratulations to our trusted partners, Cybersecurity Malaysia, and Eclecticiq. Let's celebrate our achievement, and most importantly, let's commit to the work ahead of us. We are very excited to start this journey together, advocate and uplifting the local capabilities and capacities in cyber threat intelligence. Lastly, I would like to thank the entire team working behind the scene, everyone from Syntx, Eclecticiq, and Cybersecurity Malaysia for making today's event a reality. Special thanks to the Netherlands Embassy in Malaysia in joining today's session and witnessing our ceremony. In the spirit of the MOU, let's all work on a long-lasting partnership towards driving more values and continued success. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Muhammad Fazril. To provide a better understanding of this MOU, I welcome Dr. Technologist Dr. Haji Amiruddin bin Abdul Wahab, CEO of Cybersecurity Malaysia, to deliver his remarks.
Thank you, MC. Mrs. Eva Oscar, Deputy Ambassador, Embassy of the Kingdom of the Netherlands. Mr. Yop Gomez, CEO and founder at Eclecticiq. Mr. Muhammad Fazril Azhar Matfatin, CEO at Syntx. Dr. Salahuddin Samsudin, CTO, Cybersecurity Malaysia. Dr. Aswani Fadira Muhammad Arifin, Senior VP, Cybersecurity Responsive Services, Cybersecurity Malaysia. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera and a very good afternoon. I'm privileged to connect virtually with all of you today, despite the distance we are maintaining to keep us and our loved ones safe. First and foremost, I would like to record my deepest appreciation to Mr. Marshall Van Stranden, Deputy Head of Economic Section, Embassy of the Kingdom of the Netherlands, for gracing us with your presence. My gratitude also goes to Eclecticiq and Syntx for making an exemplary commitment to building a safer and more secure cyberspace in Malaysia through today's signing of the Memorandum of Understanding MOU with Cybersecurity Malaysia. Ladies and gentlemen, in these troubled and trying times during the COVID-19 pandemic, we become highly dependent on the internet and digital technology for our day-to-day activities, whether for personal, business, or work purposes. This resulted in an accelerated shift of transformation and diffusion of emerging technologies in every level of society. Malaysians are constantly demanding faster internet speeds, wider improvement of telecommunication coverage, improved connectivity, better service application systems, and constant stability overall. In Malaysia, 89.6% of the 32.57 million total population are currently using the internet. Domestic digital coverage and usage is considered healthy, and the percentage of digital literacy in ASEAN region is quite high. Reliance on the information and communications technology ICT is increasing as a vital tool for nations to progress economically, socially, and politically. Increased connectivity via the internet facilities the potential for knowledge sharing and wealth creation, as well as providing opportunities to boost prosperity among the citizens. However, with today's highly connected world, things are getting riskier and highly complicated. The massive shift online triggered cybersecurity concerns as cyber threats and attacks in this age are becoming rampant. Cyber criminals are advancing in speed, scale, more active, bold, and sophisticated as they develop new, effective, and advanced methods to prey on victims for their personal gain. Cyber threat intelligence is essential to detect, block, and defend against them. The scale in intelligence is equally important for more comprehensive threat assessments and actionable response to mitigate risk immediately. Cybersecurity Malaysia will continue to play the role as facilitator, technical consultant, and certification body to provide platform for multi-stakeholders to address concerns in various facets of cybersecurity industry and develop action plans to stimulate growth and development of the local industry. Today's MOU signing between Eclecticiq, Syntx, and Cybersecurity Malaysia will complement our strategic efforts in cybersecurity national agenda. Together with Cybersecurity Malaysia, our country can grow more local capabilities and capacities in cybersecurity, especially in cyber threat intelligence area. Ladies and gentlemen, the intent to collaborate with Eclecticiq and Syntx aims to explore opportunities to sustain and foster capabilities in the field of threat intelligence in accordance with respective roles and competencies. Eclecticiq is a global provider of threat intelligence, hunting, and response technology and services. They have proven expertise in open and extendable platform that delivers threat intelligence, automation, and collaboration, forensic depth endpoint visibility, and threat detection and response. Syntx is a trusted knowledge-based cybersecurity company formed by a local group of information technology and cybersecurity specialists. Syntx is also involved in Cybersecurity Malaysia Collaboration Program, or CCP, to collaborate with local industry in developing cybersecurity products and services. With this synergy from global and local industries, Cybersecurity Malaysia aims to create a cooperative model from Malaysia Information Sharing Analysis Center, ISAC, to exchange information on cyber threats with the public and private sectors in this country. This initiative further supports the Malaysia Cybersecurity Strategy, or MCSS, agenda. Finally, I look forward to seeing positive outcome from this relationship, and I foresee it will make us more resilient against cyber threats. Sekian, wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh, and thank you to all.
Thank you, Dato'. Finally, Mrs. Eva Ambassador, the Netherlands Embassy to Malaysia, to provide us remarks.
Esteemed CEOs, Vice Presidents, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Embassy of the Kingdom of the Netherlands in Malaysia, it is my pleasure to witness the ceremony to sign a Memorandum of Understanding between Eclecticiq, Syntx, and Cybersecurity Malaysia. Let me start by congratulating the representatives of all parties with this milestone marking their cooperation. The partnership provides a basis to promote information security and share threat intelligence. The joining of these parties will improve the ability of key stakeholders in Malaysia to address cybersecurity risks. Malaysia has made important strides in improving the cyber environment in line with its national cybersecurity strategy. While addressing national security, the strategy also supports the development of the digital economy, Industry 4.0, and adoption of disruptive technologies. I am proud to see that through the new partnership, Eclecticiq and their Malaysian partner Syntx will contribute to Malaysia's agenda on cybersecurity in strong cooperation with Cybersecurity Malaysia. The agreement benefits from the deep and extensive experience the Dutch companies have in the field of cybersecurity. As one of the most connected countries globally, the Netherlands is often considered the digital gateway to Europe, housing one of the largest internet exchanges in the world, enjoying a near full broadband coverage. The Netherlands is also home to the Hague Security Delta, the largest security cluster in Europe, where government agencies cooperate with cybersecurity businesses and knowledge institutes. At the same time, both Malaysia and the Netherlands are targets for cyber attacks, as digital espionage and cybercrime are growing concerns. These ever-evolving intelligence threats require state-of-the-art intelligence provision and response systems. The contributions of private companies are essential components of a secure cyber ecosystem. Cross-border cooperation and international partnerships are equally important to target these threats. So I am very pleased to see that the MOU establishes a strong multi-stakeholder foundation for cooperation on improving cybersecurity between the Netherlands and Malaysia. I see this new partnership as a promising sign of the potential for further collaboration between our two countries. For now, I wish the CEOs and their teams the best in their endeavor. And I would like to offer the support of the Netherlands Embassy in any way going forward. Thank you.
Proceed to our main agenda. We will now proceed to our main agenda. Okay. We will now proceed to our main agenda for today. For the technical issues. And we will now proceed to our main agenda for today. The signing of agreement between Cybersecurity Malaysia, Eclecticiq, and Syntx. Now I would like to invite the CEOs of each party to officially sign the MOU. I invite Mrs. Eva Oskam, our distinguished guest from Netherlands Embassy, to witness the signing. And next, the document will be signed by each party's witnesses. And that, ladies and gentlemen, marks the official collaboration between Cybersecurity Malaysia, Syntx, and Eclecticiq. As a symbolic indication of collaboration, I would like to invite again Yang Berbahagia Datuk Technologist, Dr. Haji Amiruddin bin Abdul Wahab, Chief Executive Officer for Cybersecurity Malaysia, Technologist Dr. Aswani Fadilah bin Muhammad Arifin, Senior Vice President Cybersecurity Responsive Services Division Cybersecurity Malaysia, Mr. Yip Gomers, Chief Executive Officer and Co-Founder of Eclecticiq, Ms. Karen Sanderman, Vice President of Government at Eclecticiq, Mr. Muhammad Fazrul Azhar Mat Fatin, Chief Executive Officer and Founder of Syntx, Jonathan Tay Chingyuan, Principal Consultant at Syntx, Mrs. Eva Oskam, Deputy Ambassador of the Netherlands Embassy in Malaysia, to take part in photo taking. Media partners may take your position. May we have all the signatories to hold the MOU document folder up for a group photo. Alhamdulillah, the completion of signing marks a significant collaboration, understanding between all the agencies involved and the start of a long-term and fruitful collaboration. Thank you to all. Excellencies, distinguished guests, delegates, ladies and gentlemen, before we end the session for today, we would like to invite you to our upcoming session for the value that cyber threat intelligence may bring to society. We will share more details soon. Stay tuned. All right. Once again, thank you everyone for gracing us with our ceremony today, with your presence. We truly appreciate it. Excellencies, distinguished guests, delegates, ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of the ceremony. On behalf of the committees, I would like to thank you for your participation in this occasion. I end my duty today as a Master of Ceremony. I'm Zeti Shazlin. Stay safe and Assalamualaikum.